The White House on Friday issued an expanded version of President Donald Trump's travel ban that suspended immigrant visas, a category that includes family visas. Among the 6 countries affected are 4 African nations: Nigeria, Eritrea, Sudan, and Tanzania. U.S. Homeland Security says the restrictions are needed because the countries have failed to meet U.S. security and information sharing standards. For reaction to the travel ban, I'm joined in the studio by Isayas Gebrekidan, an immigration lawyer based here in Washington, D.C., and a native of Ethiopia. Isayas, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you for having me.
Now, there are a lot of people who have actually panicked after this ban was announced Friday. They have been awaiting green cards, others to reunite with families. What is your advice as a family, as an immigration lawyer, to these families?
My advice is the ban that was issued by the proclamation comes into effect on February 21st. So if they are going to have an interview before that and have a visa issued to them, that's excellent. But if they couldn't do it before the deadline, then they still should go through the process and apply for a waiver. They don't have to fill any form, they don't have to pay anything, but they have to be prepared to present their case, because one of the requirements to get the waiver is if you are denied a visa, it's going to cause you undue hardship either to you or to the person who is sponsoring you. So they have to be prepared to present their facts and documents to show that they qualify for a waiver.
But you know, when you come into the U.S. as an immigrant, there's a process, there's a waiting time sometimes, even if you had applied for whatever kind of visa. Yes. So I'm just wondering, how does this ban affect various countries, especially those 4 countries of Tanzania, Sudan, Eritrea, and Nigeria? And is there any difference in terms of this ban for each particular country?
Yes, so the travel restriction is not the same across the countries. For instance, if we take Eritrea, the ban is imposed on immigrant visa. Still, people from Eritrea can come to the US as a non-immigrant applicants. The same thing with Nigeria. When it comes to Nigeria, the ban was imposed on immigrant visa. Still, people from Nigeria can come as non-immigrant, as visitors, or temporary for work. But when it comes to Sudan, the restriction only applies to DV lottery. So still families can come to the United States. The ban doesn't affect them.
Now, what about American citizens who have adopted children from any one of these countries? Are they still going to be able to bring those kids here?
So it depends on when they get their visa. If they are able to get the visa before February 21st, then there is going to be no problem. But if the deadline has passed, they still have to apply for a waiver. And one of the factors that affect whether a person can get a waiver or not is the age of the visa applicant. If the visa applicant is a child, there is a good chance that you would get a waiver and can still come to the United States.
Now, various groups in the United States, including some congressional leaders, have voiced their concern. They are very unhappy with this ban. Can anything change at the congressional level?
Well, of course, Congress can issue a law that overrides the presidential proclamation, but chances are very low that this Congress is going to issue a law that cancels the proclamation issued by President Trump.
So what are some of the concerns you're hearing from your clients as an immigration lawyer here?
They don't have all the factors, so they have panicked, a lot of them, and some of them thought that just because their country is listed as one of those banned, they thought they don't have to apply for a visa. But like I said before, they should, and they should be prepared to ask for a waiver.
Isayas, thank you very much for your perspective on this.
You're welcome.
Right. Esayas Gebrekidan is a Washington, D.C. based immigration lawyer.